to avoid requirements of Prod 009 and its IRR. Pwede ka multiple, pero iba-iba yun. Ano? So in other words, if we go back to section 39.1 ng IRR, where splitting of contracts has been spelled out. Ano? So the procuring entity shall ensure that this does not result in splitting of government contracts, which involves dividing or breaking up contracts into smaller quantities and amounts, ano, for the purpose of evading or circumventing the requirements. Provided, take note of this, provided that procurement per unit by lot or package is allowed subject to the available budget. Kasi kung quarterly lang naman, quarterly lang kayo, ano? Or say, required quantity, ano? So hanggang dito ka lang. So pwede yan, ano? Or product availability, baka kung hindi naman available at that time, so at a later date. Delivery site, multiple delivery, pwede yan, ano? Geographical location and market capacity. And these are the factors which may consider, ano, para at least to avoid splitting of contracts. And take note, splitting is determined by intent and circumstances, not just by amount or method of procurement. So, when is it considered splitting? A single requirement is deliberately divided into smaller procurements or transactions to evade or circumvent thresholds. Kaya may thresholds tayo, 200,000, small volume but 2 million. Ano? Kung meron kang 1.5, gusto mong hati-hatiin yun, be sure na it follows yung kaninang factors, ano? Location, quantity, ano? You actually come up with the appropriate packaging of items. O saying, similar or related items that could have been reasonably aggregated at the planning stage, but are instead procured separately without valid justification. So that is considered as splitting, ano? It is not considered splitting when the procurements are genuinely separate, distinct in nature, specification, timing, or operational need. Second is, it is based on information available at the time of APP preparation and separation on. You know, and its procurement is properly planned, justified, and reflected sa APP. So, kasi meron kayong packages, contract packages, sa pwede yan. In short, if the division is artificial to avoid the rules, it is splitting. If it reflects legitimate operational needs and timing, it is not. So these are the circumstances that you have to consider, ano? Okay. Kasi baka naman you fall into this risk. Example. It's not considered splitting. Ito. Say, tatlo yan, go 100. 2 are for training, 1 is for meeting. Its procurement has a different purpose. So hindi siya splitting. Right. It will become splitting kung yung tatlong 100 na yon are all for training. Kasi 300 na yan. Eh dito kabila 200 lang siya. Okay. The procurement has the same purpose. Yung sa kabila, different purpose yan. Right. Or you have this laptop for staff, 200,000, yung 100,000 higher specs for IT. So, iba yung procurement, its procurement has a different purpose. Ngayon, kung itong 2.2 million na yon, tigto 200, 200, 200 dyan, ano, splitting yan. No? You might just go for competitive bidding pag ganyan. Ano? Procurement has the same purpose. Yeah. Okay. Another question may arise during emergencies. You know? If direct acquisition is used for emergencies, can annual procurement plan updating come after the purchase? Basic actually yung APP na yan. Ano? So even in emergency situations where immediate action is necessary, the procurement must be aligned with planning requirements, and APP must be updated. And that's precisely why dun sa APP form, you have the so-called version. Ano? Yung version, kung version 1, version 2, would reflect actually the need at that particular time that you need to update your APP. Ano? Okay, ito importante to. Hello. Yung sa kabila yata, may ibang konferensya. Splitting of attention. So who may be authorized to conduct direct acquisition if the authority is delegated? Remember, in delegation of authority sa procurement, is allowed for all others except for those competitive in nature, limited source trading, small value procurement. Ano? So under section 26.4, except for competitive bidding, limited source, PAC may delegate the conduct of procurement activities for other modes of procurement to the end user or implementing unit or the procurement unit of the procuring entity. Okay. Okay. Reminders lang to. Sabi natin, sa AB presentation kanina, it talked about APP. So, let me just reiterate this. Goods to be procured through direct acquisition and paid using costs or by way of reimbursement, including foreseeable emergencies, which cannot be itemized, shall be identified as miscellaneous items in the APP. You have to take note of this, ano? Kasi meron tayong miscellaneous items. So, those paid by petty cost reimbursements or say foreseeable emergencies, miscellaneous items ang description niya, line item description niya. You don't identify them by the items but lump siya under miscellaneous. Ano? Come up with a supplemental list identifying ano yung nasa miscellaneous na yun. Ano? Use of petty costs as a type of disbursement shall be in accordance with COA Circular 2012 and subsequent relevant rules until such time that this has been actually being revised. Ano? We hope that the revision will come up within the second quarter of this year. Ano? COA is actually working on that now. Okay. Market scoping kailangan ba? Yes. Because market scoping is required sa procurement planning. Take note of this stage niya. It's required sa procurement planning stage of direct acquisition to ensure that the ABC is reasonable, properly supported for APP, observing the principle of proportionality. While Section 32 dispenses with canvas or request for quotations, it does not remove the requirement for market scoping as part of the planning. Iba yung planning, procurement. Sa planning, meron kang market scoping, sa procurement, di na kailangan yung canvas. Because this has already been pre-identified sa planning stage. Ano? So, market scoping applies to planning, price reasonableness validation, not to the execution of direct acquisition where multiple quotations are not required. Kasi ito yung madalas na may tanong, kailangan ba may canvas sheet sa direct acquisition? Ano? Okay. Are three quotations required for direct acquisition? Sabi natin, no. The submission of three quotations is not required for direct acquisition during procurement proper. Ano? Kasi iba yung procurement proper sa planning stage. Okay? During the procurement planning, rules require market scoping to be undertaken and documented through market scoping form to establish price reasonableness. And this is where quotations come into play. Ano? So, during the market scoping, you may have to come up with the canvas forms, to come up with what would be the reasonable price, come up with what would be the ABC. Would it be the average or the median? So while the rule does not explicitly require obtaining three quotations, the market scoping form may involve checking or referencing available market prices from multiple sources as part of procurement planning. So you have to understand that portion. Bakit kailangan may canvas sa procurement planning? Ito na yung sinasabi natin kanina. What is known as, what does known and reputable source mean under direct acquisition? Ano? Sabi natin kanina, they may be registered with PDEPs or available sa electronic commons platforms and or are readily available off the shelf. So any of these would qualify as identifying suppliers that are known and reputable sources. And of course, in all cases, the supplier must be able to issue BIR compliant invoices or other co-acceptable proof of delivery and payment. Okay. Can direct acquisition be used for any type of goods? Can it be used for infra projects? Direct acquisition for goods lang siya. Ano? Kaya sabi natin it replaces actually shopping. Ano? Used for goods, CSE not available from PSDBM, non-CSE goods, certain services. My threshold siyang 200,000. Can it be used to procure meals or for food, for meetings, trainings through GrabFood, Food Panda, or fast food establishments? Yes. So it may be used to procure meals or food for meetings, trainings, similar activities, electronic commerce delivery platform, like GrabFood, Food Panda, provided that, sabi natin, we have this requirement that they are readily available in electronic commerce platform for delivery or pickup at such date and time. No? Kaya lang, itong procurement nyo to, dapat naka-reflect sa APP. Kailangan nyo to at least, because direct acquisition is only one. Kasi pwede ka naman mag-framework. You can actually have a framework agreement for a series of meetings the whole year. And itong use of direct acquisition is maybe another option. Ano? From others, pwede kayo mag-small value. Kaya lang, mas mabilis kasi direct acquisition. Ano? Supplier registration, hindi na kailangan actually siya. Ano? Because PDEP's registration is only one of the three alternative bases for identifying a qualified supplier. Is an omnibus zone statement required for direct acquisition? Hindi naman siya competitive bidding, so hindi siya kailangan. Ano? Okay. So ito, mas maraming tatanong dito. Peticas rules require canvas of three quotations, but the IRR of RA does not require such. Which rule should apply? Sinabi natin kanina na direct acquisition is the mode of procurement, Peticas is a mode of payment. Both have different guidelines. Ano? Kasi if you don't want these three quotations, don't go for Peticas payment. Ano? And so these are actually all questions about use of Peticas. Ano? And so direct acquisition may be used for eligible procurement of non-CSA with ABC not exceeding 200,000. Payment to Peticas subject to a separate per transaction limit of 15,000. Magkano ang Peticas nyo? May Peticas ba kayo? Wala. Magkano? 10K? 25. Depende kasi each procurement entity has a different limit of Peticas. Ano? Wala. And there are only items which you can buy using Peticas as payment. Ano? Walang cash. Yan. Yan ang problema niyan. No? Okay. Sabi natin, This is only one of the modes of procurement where guidelines need not be issued anymore kasi clear cut na yung guidelines dito, no? Hindi na kailangan, ano, immediately operational na actually siya. No? Now, baka may magtanong, kailangan bang may purchase order? Sa purchase order required sa direct acquisition. Other modes require a purchase order. In this particular case, a purchase order may not be required, ano, because it's not an indispensable requirement in direct acquisition. Naiibang direct acquisition, ano? Hindi kailangan, but it does not prevent you from uh, issuing a purchase order when required by the supplier for send bill arrangement. Ito yung may billing sila afterwards, so bibigyan sila ng billing statement, kailangan may purchase order doon, ano? Okay. Or adopted as part of internal agency processes. It depends once that purchase order be issued, ano, during for direct acquisition, then so be it. Walang problema yun, ano? Does not violate the law, ano? Yung sales invoice can be considered as the contract under Section 13 ng GAM, ano, or in the absence of sales invoice, other co-acceptable documents. Pwede BR, ano, okay. Now, you may have to download NPM 004-2026. Ano? Yung non-policy matters issuance by GPPB, numbered 004-2026, dated April 20, 2026. Ano? Do download that kasi andun lahat ng frequently asked questions that you may want to ask. Ano? Andun na lahat sila. Ano? Okay. And these questions actually fall under general framework, strategic procurement planning, procurement proper, and post-procurement. Ano? So, any question under direct acquisitions, sinagot na natin dun sa NPM. Ano? So, I think I don't expect any more questions on direct acquisition later on because lahat na yun. Ano? Marami actually yan. Ano? So, lahat na yan. Andyan na lahat. Possible questions. Okay. Kailangan pa ba itong tanong? Direct acquisition only be paid through petty cash or reimbursements, true or false? Ah? True, false. Petty cash is only one of the many. Ano? Regular disbursement methods, other check, depending sa transaction amount. Kasi the transaction amount would tell you what would be applicable, what would be more appropriate, ano, urgency. Pwede rin naman credit terms, bill afterwards. Okay. So after the direct acquisition, we have another new modality, ano, and that is actually direct sales. So yung direct sales na to, bago actually siya, patterned after international practice, ano, where pwede kang, sabi natin, ito yung sabi ng gaya-gaya. Maaraw ka kang procurement ka ibang agency, ano? So, PE may directly purchase non-CSE from a supplier that has previously delivered this item satisfactorily to another government agency, but may only be resorted when all of the following conditions are met. Dapat itong anim ma-met niya, no? First, it should be included sa APP. The second is, there was a previous successful bidding by another agency. The third is, an inspection and certification of satisfactory performance, ano, there was this inspection by that agency, accepted siya, paid siya. Ano? Satisfactory performance yun. That's by the other agency. And then you initiate this once within 6 months of the original agency's acceptance of a non-CSA. Take note of this. Sounds familiar with the repeat order. Ano? Kasi yung repeat order within 6 months then, but from the issuance of the NTP. In this case, it's 6 months of the original agency's acceptance of the non-CSA. So 6 months after acceptance, within the 6 months after acceptance, you may actually make use of this kasi you're making use of the documents of another agency. And then within or lower than the amount of the original contract. So you may have to negotiate with the original supplier dito. No? And the supplier remains legally, technically, and financially capable and agrees to the terms. So all of these have to be complied with. Ano? Pag isa lang ang hindi, you cannot make use of that. Ano? And it is only applicable for goods. So simple lang ang proseso actually niya. You request a copy, but of course, take note na dapat nasa APP siya. Ha? Okay. So by the time na kailangan mo siya, you have to request a copy of original procurement documents from the agency. For sure, the agency will not will not deny your request. Okay. Then you prepare your PR. PR based. Now remember that you are actually copying the exact items. Kung ano yung pinili ng isang agency, yung pa rin ang gagayahin, gaya-gaya yun. So, you have to be very careful on this. Kasi if there might be deviations or changes in the specifications, which is different from the specifications originally procured by the other agency, hindi pa pwede to. Okay. Then you issue a direct sales supplier. Then supplier signifies acceptance in writing. If accepted, you have this award. If not accepted, then you go through other mode. So let me just give you this briefer. Direct sales under the new Government Procurement Act. You have this that legal basis. So just to reiterate the conditions, goods were previously procured through competitive modes of bidding. And what are these competitive modes? Competitive bidding, limited source bidding, competitive dialogue, or unsolicited offer with bid matching. Next, the original supplier performed satisfactorily certified by the first original procuring entity. In other words, the item has been inspected, accepted, paid for. The unit price is the same or lower than the original contract. Because kung tumaas yun, then hindi mo pwedeng gamitin. The new purchase is made within 6 months of the first contract's acceptance. The supplier agrees to the terms. Procurement project is included in the approved APP. Supplier remains legally, technically, and financially capable. So, under these conditions, then you can go for direct sales. So, why should it matter? Why direct sales matter? First is it actually eliminates redundancy. No need to rebid for the same goods already tested and approved. All you have to do is just copy, make use of the documents of another agency. It ensures quality and reliability kasi accepted na siya, inspected na actually siya, a proven performance record. It maintains fairness and transparency kasi remember, it's actually through competitive bidding to. So, there was fairness and transparency there. It saves time and resources. Madalian lang yan. Promotes interagency collaboration and strengthens accountability kasi may mandatory documentation and price validation siya. Okay. Okay, so the process explained in detail. reference the original contract, check that the previous procurement was competitively bidded at and properly awarded, verify performance. The first procuring entity certified full delivery and satisfactory performance. You coordinate with supplier, confirm capacity, baka meron pa sila, pwede pa. Pricing and consent to replicate the contract. Ano? Kasi baka naman ayaw ng supplier kasi this is an opportunity to increase. Ano? But since para siyang repeat order from another agency, so mas madali yan. Ano? You would then compete with other bidders dito. And execute direct purchase. Madali lang siya. Ano? Prepare documentation, issue new purchase order or contract. Now, how do you know that the items that you want had been procured by other agencies? Check from PhilJeps. Ano? Check PhilJeps bulletin board by clicking open data, selecting bulletin board, navigating to the award notices tab. Then, of course, you may have to conduct a search kasi maraming data sa PhilJeps. You may have a hard time. So, come up with is a proper searching. Ano? Then, click award notice number, check the details. Ano? Check if the mode of procurement was competitive bidding, because if it's not competitive bidding, then you cannot make use of that. Ano? Check technical documents. Ano nga bang kailangan? Ano nga ba yung specifications? Pareha ba ng specifications nyo? Ano? So, you always verify the item specifications because if the specifications differ, you cannot make use of direct sales. Ano? If there is any discrepancy, do not proceed with the procurement. Importante actually yan. Ano? Because you are copying. You are not coming up with new procurement. In other words, what has been previously been procured is exactly the same as what you want to procure. So if there are changes, discrepancies, then it can be via direct sales. It should be included sa approved APP. If it is procured via other allowed method, ano, pwede, pero kung hindi pwede yan. Check if the procurement has been initiated within 6 months from the original acceptance date. Ano? Kasi ang reference nito is the date at which it has been accepted. Did the supplier agree to the terms and confirm legal, technical, and financial capacity? You have to validate these things. Ano? Baka naman hindi na. Ano? Is the contract amount within the original contract value and unit price the same or lower? Then, of course, this is something the supplier can answer once you communicate with them, say direct sales request. Ano? What if, may the original procuring entity refuse to provide procurement documents? Kasi remember, you are only requesting for documents. You are requesting for assistance in your procurement. Ano? So, dito sa case na to, since it's another agency, one agency requesting another agency, the agency who initially procured cannot refuse the request because we have this operative word na shall. Denotes a mandatory obligation of the agency to help another agency. What if the other agency, original agency refuses in spite of request? Ano? Say agency A does not want to share his document with agency B. Anong gagawin nyo? So in this case, the requesting procuring entity may initiate an admin case against the responsible officer of the original PE because failure to comply with mandatory provisions of the law, including obligations, is a ground for admin liability. Okay. So, it's actually tantamount to ito, all other acts or omissions with the intention of not complying with the mandatory provisions of the act. Ano? So because he refuses to share, then that agency, the responsible officer for that, ano, who refused to share, might actually be charged administratively. Can you modify the specifications of the non-CSE, such as changing the color, brand, or technical features? Hindi. You cannot change. Kaya kinokopya mo lang. Ano? You are not allowed to edit or to amend the specifications. It's as, pati presyo, yung pa rin naman yun, ano? It should be the same or lower than. Because it defeats the purpose of the direct sale. If that happens, it becomes a separate procurement project. Since continuing ito within 6 months, you have to ensure that the supplier remains technically, legally, and financially capable. Ano? So, may actually request for issuance of supplier of its acceptance, which contains and supported by the following: statement confirming compliance with technical requirements, computation of NFCC, depending sa amount, ano? Supplier's price offer, which must be the same or lower unit price, copy of supplier's valid and updated PhilJEP certificate of registration. So compliance with these requirements serves as the basis for concluding that the supplier remains legally, technically, and financially capable, because you have to validate this. But okay pa. A certification of satisfactory performance by the original procuring agency required. Remember, for each procurement transactions, the procuring entity actually sends out a certificate of satisfactory performance. Ano? Because this is needed dun sa, if ever they would be using that as reference in the list of completed projects or list of ongoing projects. Ano? So yung completed projects. So yes, it is required. The original government agency must have inspected and accepted the non-CSE and issued a certification that the supplier satisfactorily performed its contractual obligations. Without the certification, direct sales cannot be resulted to. Importante yung certification na yan. Can direct sales be used if the original procurement was not conducted through competitive bidding or other allowed competitive methods? No. Kasi time that can be used is if the original procurement was via competitive mode. Marriage check on direct acquisition. Which of the following statement is false? Take note of this, false. Under direct sales, the procuring entity may purchase up to 100% of the contract amount executed by the supplier and the original government agency. Letter B, the direct sales process ends if the supplier declines the direct sales request. Letter C, the request for direct sales must be made within 6 months from the original agency's issuance of the purchase order or contract. Letter D, procurement of direct sales is not exempt from audit. Alin? Anong hula ninyo? Ha? Letter? Ikaw? Letter A. Letter A, letter C. Dito, anong answer nyo? B. Ha, kompleto tayo, no? A. Remember, ang keyword dito is ito. Issuance of the purchase order. Hindi, it's issuance of its acceptance. It should be within 6 months from the date of acceptance. Itong issuance of purchase order or contract, ano, ito yung sa regular repeat order. Within 6 months from NTP. NTP meron siyang PO. Ano? Okay. May mga keywords actually dyan na medyo naiba lang. Ano? Okay. And the last, tama-tama to. Habot tayo, sir. It's 2:49. Last slide lang ito. Okay na lang. The last, or the newest, is the direct procurement for science, technology, and innovation. This actually to encourage research, innovation, and research, development, and innovation among state universities, research institutions, or say, coming up with ano yan, mga SMEs, developing SMEs. So, under this, procuring entity may procure the following goods and services directly from a legally, technically, and financially capable manufacturer or from a qualified startup business. Okay. First, by the way, this is only for goods which can be used in research and development. So, supplies, materials, equipment, and related services to be used actually exclusively directly in conduct of research and development projects or activities, because in the process, you may actually need these items sa research and development. State universities, o kahit sa inyo, sa college, in your respective schools, yung mga nasa ano yan, 5th year, grade 11 and grade 12, who have their own researches, if ever you would want to help them. But for state universities, colleges, research institutions, importante to. Kasi it's very difficult to buy equipment, supplies, materials for research related. Hindi pwedeng SBP, hindi pwede yung negotiated procurement, yung sa isang mode doon, neither can you use other modes. The next steps hindi rin pwede, So, it provides them with direct, with an easy method of buying these necessary materials, or commission tasks by a PE which were processed, developed, and manufactured in satisfaction of its needs and requirements. So you want to commission a fabricator for a device as part of your research. So, pwede ito. Because otherwise, current modes does not provide R&D institutions with a way to fast-track their research and development projects. So under this, pwede ka mag-commission sa isang fabricator, halimbawa, yung mga baguhan, para dito, or other analogous goods. Okay. So when we say this, we have to ensure that the procuring entity has the mandate to conduct R&D activities, research and development activities, or science, technology, innovation programs, activities, or projects. Depende sa charter nila, Or it might be that it has an appropriation under survey, research, exploration, and development expenses, explicitly stated and detailed in the object of expenditures. Kasi many state universities and other research institutions have this line item budget nila, especially along research. Or the PE has an approved research and development or science and technology innovation program as evidenced by an approved proposal, concept note, funding agreement. There are mainly projects funded by the UST, on affiliated agencies which provide funding for these projects, R&D projects, So, under this, you also have these goods that include products by commission tasks produced from local qualified manufacturers, pre-commercial goods and services that involve early market engagement, acquisition of goods to be manufactured by qualified startup business. The object of this is actually to provide incentive to starters, to itong mga startup businesses, entrepreneurs, to be able to take off. Kaya nga yung product nila hindi pa commercialized. So pwedeng gamitin yun, small fabricators, pwede rin, Other goods that are analogous, those that actually support or complement transaction activities across different stages of STI activities, or other items deemed related to complementary to STI goods. emerging technologies, hybrid innovations, ano. So, maganda actually ito for research and development projects. Pwede rin naman sa foreign sources, ano. But of course, you have this market scoping pa rin. Importante pa rin siya to verify that the items or products or services are not yet in the commercial stage. Because this is actually to serve as incentive, ano? So, if you try to take a look at the process, ano, medyo mahaba-haba siya, no? So you have this initiation by procuring entity, a review by BAC that it actually has to be via STI, approval of hope, supplier submits quotation, direct negotiation, notice of award, contract signing, and TP posting of performance security. Madali lang actually yung proseso niya, no? Okay. Before we end this, ito na yung mga last 2, 3 slides yata. With its own knowledge check. So who owns the intellectual property rights of goods commissioned and developed under this mode of procurement, unless otherwise agreed in writing? Remember, this is actually, this mode is for research and development. And any output of research and development has to be patented or be given intellectual property protection. Ano? So that's the end result of that. Ano? RDE or science and technology innovation, it has to be provided by either copyright, patent, ano, patent or copyright protection. Ano? So this actually that is checked asks who owns the intellectual property after everything is said and done, after the project has been completed, or after the device has been manufactured and found successful. Should it be the supplier or manufacturer, the startup business, the procuring entity, or the DUST? Assuming the DUST funded the project. DUST, funding siya. Procuring entity ba? Bakit hindi yung startup business? It's the procuring entity kasi even if it has been funded by the UST or say the startup business provided the materials or say a commission work, but still it's the procuring entity who developed that out of the materials, out of the funding. The owner of the copyright or the patent is actually the procuring entity. And with that ends.
All right, a round of applause to Engineer Midel Aligan. And thank you so much, sir, for a very detailed discussion of the modes of procurement under RA 12009. So at this juncture, we're going to have a 10-minute break. So pwede po tayong tumaya mag-stretching. Then after that 10-minute ay magpo-proceed po tayo sa open forum. So as mentioned, can we just utilize the use of Slido for your questions, guys, para centralize po ito and ma-manage po natin yung time. So, yan po. I guess I'm just going to flash again the QR code of our Slido and feel free to drop your question. If your question po is too lengthy, pwede nyo po siyang hatiin. Lagyan nyo na lang po siya ng part 1, part 2, or part 3 kung gaano po kahaba yung magiging tanong po natin sa ating resource speaker. Alright, so yan po. Feel free po to go to restroom at this moment. Meron po tayong 10-minute break.
Why don't you differentiate purpose test?
Ano po kasi, sir, hindi naman applicable sir sa ibang yung ano ko, first time kasi namin sir naman ito po, label lang sa may may paparepair sir. Actually, tayo din po. No. Pero nakahiwalay sir sa mga pinamaterial. Kapag yung label, wala.
Kayo ang pagkina material.
Opo. Na-deliver na natin yung materials. Ang problema namin sir, ano po ang appropriate para sa una po,
Hindi ko lang naman, pwede kang, wala pa kayong tao? Wala. Pwede mo video. Wala tao tayo ba? Admin.
engineer lang po ang, ay, may mga engineers po kami.
At wala kayo labor.
Wala po kami dito.
So, actually, pag yung sa quantification, sabi din, pakyaw later. Pwede.
Umayon ka lang sir kausap, tapos yung may bibigay.
Let's take a look at din sa guidance and community participation. Pwede siya sa yun. Tapos kung other, sige, bigyan.
Mga sir, sino sa doon? Kasi naman na-exceed, pero walang swili. Kasi mag-add ka pa ng.
Pwede sa payment yun, community participation. Kaya ano, antay lang yung group lang. Pwede naman ba mag-group sila?
Po, ano po ang requirements sir sa grupo? Ano ang mga natin?
At least guideline. Then, constitution. Oo.
Certification.
Oo.
Yun na yung sinuggest ko. Pero ko ito, ang backbone ko pa. Sumanggo lang. Ako nga, matakas. Mahal kang dapat.
Hindi ba ba ito?
Ilang days lang naman. 2 days, mga siguro mga 1 ay ilang days lang naman po kasi yun. Kasi tayo lang.
Pwede pa po ba? Pwede ba ito? Ito yung requirements ng ng ganun.
Ito, yung malaki yung si Jowa.
Ang sumera pa sa putikan ko. Go ako